WFM 91.7. It's a very beautiful afternoon to you on Panorama. Welcome once again. I am Bukola Balogo. And on Panorama, we always have the ladies come together to discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues of the day. And I think for now, we have had one topical issue that everyone has been talking about, and that is, the fact that young people are clamoring for justice to be served for the people when it has to do with police brutality, when it has to do with making sure we have a reformed Nigeria, when it has to do with the fact that there's a movement that everyone should actually cling to right now, and that is making sure Nigeria becomes bearable for everybody. Well, before I go into the discussion this afternoon, I have the ladies in the studio. I have with me this afternoon Buki Femi Ajala. Good afternoon, Buki.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you feeling?
The vibe, the energy is there. So it's okay.
I'm telling you, so it's okay. That is it. Anybody want that? Come on, so it's okay. All right, and I also have in the studio Ivinabo Dixon. Good afternoon, Ivinabo.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Buki. Good afternoon, Bukola. Good afternoon, listeners. Yes, Bukola says it's okay. What's that? Okay, my own.
Say your own now.
My own is Ekwe Pakama.
Don't worry, there's really no division right now. So say your own.
So it's okay. Yeah. It's all about speaking up.
Yes, it's all about speaking up.
We are doing just that.
Yes, and I'm really happy that you are here with us this afternoon. And the fact that we want to look at there have been young women who have been, in the forefront of these campaign. Let me call it a campaign or a movement that has been ongoing now for the last 1 week, and I think it has even been more than a week right now because Monday is here again. And right now in Areko that we actually heard of some youth who are actually going to be, carrying out protests for the remaining part of this week. Also in Abeokuta, there is a protest. There is a nationwide peaceful protest. But, looking at all that has been happening right now and looking at all of the updates we're even getting right now from Abuja, we've seen video clips, we've seen some hoodlums, try to take advantage of protesters. They have injured protesters. I saw a video of cars being burnt. And we've seen videos of security operatives still manhandling peaceful protesters, because I wanted to emphasize on the fact that these people have been peaceful. The youth has been peaceful in all of the protests that they have been carrying out. But right now we have a situation where, security operatives are not singing this. And the question is, why is this still happening? Because we clamored for the fact that there should be an end to police brutality. And we have a right as a people to engage in a peaceful protest. If we're not happy with the situation of things in our country, in our state, in our community, we have a right to, have a peaceful protest. Be active during this protest. I just want to get your own view, Ibinabo, with the fact that, there has always been the issue of women being relegated to the back. But right now, we have young people who are very vocal and have been speaking up. And I think this is very good because we have been clamoring for a country or a society where we have everyone involved and having a voice and being equal when we're trying to fight for what is ours.
Thank you, Bukola. I would say that there's nothing that happens in a place, whether it is in the family or in the community or in the state or in the country as a whole, that does not affect the female gender, whether you are a woman or a girl or a baby girl. You understand? We all know. Okay, let's take a station of the Borno State, the Northeast, insurgency issues that they're having. You see how many women are being abused in the IDP camps. You see how many girls are being abused in the IDP camps and all that. So when there is a problem in the country, the worst hit set of people are the female, the women and the children. Because yes, the man goes out there, because everybody believes that it is the man that must go out there and go and shout. You understand? But you forget that these issues affect the women and the girls too. So it is time. You see, the days of reticence are over. I mean, before it's like if there's any grouse in you about any situation, you have to mumble it to your brother who would now come out to talk about it. But now, whether you are a girl, whether you are a woman, as long as whatever is going on is affecting, even if it affects your son as a mother, you must speak out. If it affects your daughter, you must speak out. So what is happening in the country as a whole is not affecting just the men, it's affecting everybody. So it is time for the women to come out, because it's I mean, a number means a lot. You understand? We have a population of almost 200 million, and we have a number that is very huge, which constitutes the female gender, that is the woman and the girl child. You understand? So, I mean, girl children or girls. Allow me. At the end of the day, if it's only the men that are just shouting and shouting, and you're not hearing from the women, it's like this thing does not bother them. This thing happening does not affect them, but they are the ones that are worth heat. So it is time for them to speak out and speak up. Hence, we have Ekwempakama. Sorosoke. Don't allow the volume, don't allow the speaker. Because
Don't off the mic.
Don't off the mic. These are not the days of off the mic. Off the mic. Nobody's going to off the mic here. But not putting off the mic does not mean that we are bringing in trouble.
Okay.
Does not mean that we are going to, there will be a little bit of inconveniences here and there. But then, even Yoruba people say, Kishuto dinyo. You don't just wake up and pick a yam and it becomes pounded yam for you to eat. You need to peel it, you need to cook it, you need to pound it, then you get your pounded yam. So these are the times that we should be tolerant, we should endure a bit, because I don't think this suffering of these few days could be compared to the long years of suffering. So if these few days of hardship would bring about change that is going to be convenient, that's going to be favorable to everybody, I think we should just hold our peace a bit and just see with this youth, because whatever they are fighting for, they're not fighting for themselves alone.
They're fighting for
everybody. And you see, for every youth out there, they didn't just fall from heaven, they come from families. So families are being represented out there. So it is not about you to me, I'm an adult, me, I'm a mommy, I'm a daddy. Every youth did not fall from heaven. They came from a family, and whatever they are fighting for, it is of benefit to everybody. My worry is, do not let anybody with very negative intention hijack this protest. And please endeavor to speak with just a voice. Don't be at cross purposes, because that would mar the effort that is being put in place by this protest. That will mar whatever it is that is going to be the favorable outcome on the part of the government to this protest.
Okay. Thank you very much, Olivia. About 29 minutes to 1 on Women Radio, WFM 91.7. We would like to get your contributions. 07000 917 917 09025625455 are the studio lines to call to be a part of Panorama. You can send a WhatsApp or a text message to 070 317 56537, and definitely we get to take your text messages. We'll get to take your text messages this afternoon. Now, Buki, even I've mentioned something. The fact that everything that has been happening negatively always has its toll on women. But right now, there is like a shift to a place where we are moving into the desired Nigeria that we want. Now, this is a process, and this is like the right step in the right direction. We have had young people come out to say, oh, this is what we want, this is what we want, and this is what we want. In a situation where we want to create a society that is very, very, a society that is very, very peaceful, a society that sees the people first, not a society that is selfish, a society that is all-encompassing. how important and how effective actually is the role of women in that kind of society? Because we want a society that's not leaving anyone behind, because that is what has always been, over the years. But if we want a society that is not leaving anyone behind, that is carrying everyone along, how important actually is the role of women as we are beginning to see it now?
Okay, Buki, thank you very much. I just hope I will gather my thoughts together, because there are quite a lot of pointers that are coming. But firstly, I want to give kudos to the female gender that have been sort of soaking, they've been sort of soaking, and we need more of that. And why will I tell them to come out more and speak that? Firstly, you are a Nigerian, and as a Nigerian, you are a citizen of Nigeria. So whatever is happening, you should be a partaker of it. So if people are sort of soaking, you cannot say, I am in the other room because I don't know that room exists. And you cannot say, I'm a woman. No, that is where you have to come in. And to now answer your question, I want to take it from how God created us, because it's always good to know the mind of the Creator. Why did the Creator create a woman? Normally they will say it's a man with a womb. Give a seed to a woman, it will become what? A baby. Mm-hmm. So give a house to a woman, it will become what? A home. Mm-hmm. So even when we are birthing, because like I was explaining to somebody today, that truly from my own perspective, we are not yet in the labor world. What has happened now with the youth is that a seed has been planted. That is my own perspective.
Okay.
A seed has been planted in the woman's womb. Just like pregnancy, it will take 9 months to birth. So some people will say, oh, we are already in the labor world. For me, I don't think so. But the youths have awoken now. So I see it as a seed. Now, to ensure that that seed does not get terminated, we do not have an abortion. We do not have a threatened abortion. We do not have an issue at hand that they will say, hey, let's roll this thing into the operation or the operation room and just terminate. That is where the women will now come in now to ensure that that seed that has been planted grows
and it is nurtured,
and it is delivered by the right doctor. Coming to 2023, this is an eye-opener for everyone, because 2023 will now make us to know if we have delivered a baby. But that is when we can now begin to rejoice. Because for me, now, Ibrahim said, she was saying that let the evil people not hijack it. Ibrahim, they have hijacked it. And that is my concern. It might not have gotten to Aleppo, but they have hijacked it. They have bombed police stations, right? My staff that was on his way to Ikeja, he had to turn back because people are now using sticks here and there and there. They had to turn back. The same thing we had in the corridor. If you look around again, getting pieces of information from states, they have hijacked it. And my own is, I hope these youths understand strategy. They should have said, okay, if we get to this point, what is the next route? That is for us to be agile. That is one of the skills of being a leader. Okay, for you to be agile, to be flexible. You will still get to your goal.
But how do you go about
it? Exactly, because now they have hijacked it. And seriously speaking, you will not sit down. The government will not sit down and let hoodlums. Either they are the so-called, that they are the ones that I don't know whatever it is. But the issue is that these people, if care is not taken and becomes something massive, obviously the government will roll out their tanks or whatever it is. Now we are talking about Operation Smile, and what a crocodile smile. Though I know Falana has said that is into the court that they cannot roll that. But the issue is for the youth that are listening, what is your strategy? There must be a strategy in the sense that the purpose that you are still fighting for is still in your eyes. But if things happen on the way. What is the flexibility you have? Because right now, I believe they should go back to the drawing board and begin to fleshing their strategy.
Okay. Even about Wiki mentioned the fact that this protest has been hijacked. I don't want to 100%.
It might not be 80%, yes, but you can begin to see that it's climbing from 30 to 40.
Okay, so right now it seems like there's a situation at hand, and there's a report that actually just got to us right now that the military actually barricading the road from allowing protesters to actually go beyond the point. And I think that is the same thing that is happening in Abuja. I don't know, some parts of Lagos, there's a possibility that might be happening too in some parts of Lagos. But right now, is this supposed to be a thing that the government now begins to use those who are supposed to be protecting us against us? And just like what Buki has said, that it's seeming like this protest right now is being hijacked. What are some of the ways to which we can begin to stem this so it doesn't blow up? Because by the time it blows up, it means we are going to have a situation where there's just going to be violence all over.
Yes, and what we are fighting,
and that is not what we want.
Okay, Buki and Bukola. You see, like the last time on Friday, I said something. I said, I'm bringing this situation to the family setting. A father in the house, his children are having issues. They are kicking against some of the things that is happening in the house, and he came out once, spoke with them, and went back went back inside in the house. So most likely went to his bedroom because in a setting you have I'm not looking at a big house. I'm looking at, let's say, 2-3 bed. The children are making out of the noise in the sitting room. You are in either of the bedrooms doing what? We have a situation at hand. We cannot deny that fact. We have an issue at hand, and there is no denying the fact that we were not. I'm not surprised that some places the protest has been hijacked. This is what we have always said. Every time there's a protest, by the time it stays for a day, 2-3 days, it gets to be hijacked. You understand? So it is not new. But my worry is whether the protest is successful or not, whether it was hijacked or not. My goodness, the bulk of the blame is on the government. Because the government is the reason for this protest. If it is hijacked, the government is the reason for it being hijacked. If it is successful, the government is the reason for it being successful. The good, the bad, the ugly of this protest is the government that should bear the brunt of all of the responsibilities that is going to come out of it. Because in the first place, people have been, this tells you that you are not prompt at responding to the yearnings, to the pains of your children. That shows you that you are what? Now, when I'm looking at a father, and I'm looking at the governors, I'm looking at the ministers, all the lawmakers. Yes, I'm looking at the legislators. I'm looking at our president, everybody, business, everybody, because Nigeria is a beautiful place. Nigeria is a place where all could be well if all things begin to exactly. So by this time, I don't think the youth had not, rolled out their 5 points request. It will have been that, okay, what do they really want? Now the government cannot say they don't know what the youth wants. So somebody should come out and address each of them. Okay, point 1, give me 6 months. Point 2, give me 1 year. Point 3, now that is the decision table. Yeah. Attach time to all of this. So it's not something that is just been said and it doesn't happen. Yes, they've already given out what they want. So it is not enough for the government to do the needful. So at the end of the day, the hijackers will just fail. But because there is this, like Professor Shubari said, that they are sorry for being so slow at responding to them. It is slow. It is too slow. When you see, you want people to say the freelance listen. You cannot put fire on the roof of your house and then well, it is not possible.
Let me come in here.
Okay, Vicky, before you come in, I would just like to get to hear from people. 07000 917 917 09025625455 are the studio lines to call this afternoon. And you can send in your text or WhatsApp message to 070 317 56537. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, this is calling from you.
Yes, go ahead, Ife.
Thank you. In fact, Ibinabo just make a very, very good point now. Do you know that this hoodlums, they just want to scare the youth out of the room? And this thing is not coming from who? It's coming direct from the government so that the youth will be scared and they will go off so that this protest will not hold again. If you can just see that in fact this government, they are not even ready to give us attention. They are not ready to do anything for us. I was told that some of these senators and all of them, I was told that they are collecting a hardship allowance. Please, I need an explanation. What is hardship allowance for the senator, for the people there? I don't understand. I don't understand. These people, they are asking for just 5 things out of all in Nigeria. We are not even, they are talking about that. They have not talked about these people playing and forwarding people. They are not talking of custom. There are so many things to talk about. These are just the 5 things that ask people, and the government is not even listening to you. Look, many years ago, I was selling Derika rice for 14 naira. I was selling Derika beans for 20 naira. I was selling rubber gari paint. How much? For 80 naira. 50 naira. How much am I buying all those things today? I'm saying that yes. And then people are keeping quiet. How long will we keep quiet? So that like yesterday, I went out with our youth, the youth of the church. I went out to them. We went out for protest. So what are we waiting for? Let us go. If the government want to kill us, let them kill us and let them remain the government for themselves. Please, enough.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Now there is so much happening, and so many people right now are really getting this really hard. And a report getting to us right now says that there's going to be a 24 hours curfew in Lagos from 4 p.m. today till further notice. Now that is what is going to happen in Lagos. But then the curfew, is this supposed to be? What exactly is the reason for this? Why is this happening now? Is this supposed to be the situation? Is it that the government doesn't have the capacity to handle what is happening nationwide? The state governors, what are they doing? We know they had a meeting. What is the outcome of this meeting? Aside from that, we have local government representatives. We have so many of our leaders who are there. House of Representatives, the Senate. We have different leaders. Just like Ibn Abbas said, we have leaders. The way Nigeria is structured, from the top to bottom, there is a channel that can get to the highest authority. That is the president. What is being done concerning this? And I'm wondering, right now there's going to be curfew, but is that really the way forward? Yes, Buki, you wanted to say something.
Yes, Buki. You say, me, I like to be practical. It is the way forward we should prefer. Looking at all the things that are happening now, we didn't even know that a curfew is coming. Like I said, it's like a chess. I mean, I'm not good in chess, but people who know how to play chess, you should be able to read, at least go through maybe 6 moves or 4 moves or 2 or 3 moves to know where your enemy is coming and how you're going to attack. And that's why I'm saying that agility, the youths, they should have looked at it that, okay, if we are doing our peaceful protest, which I give to them, and which is normal, it will be stage managed. violence and blah blah blah. What do we do? That should not shake them. That's why I'm saying that by now they should be re-strategizing. Now they've done a curfew. Now Lagos State has started. All other states will start. And I do not blame them. That's the truth. Because there cannot be anarchy. There cannot be chaos. Yes, if I said, let them kill all of us. But you know, one thing is that...
But then, you said there can't be anarchy, right? And there can't be chaos.
Hold on, okay.
But was there chaos amongst the youth when they started?
What
about this?
That's what I'm saying. You're not getting the point. They have a peaceful protest, which is good. But because of the way things are normally, even in Nigeria, when they do protests, you know before what is happening, when bad boys will show up, some people will be instigated and all that. They should have known that something like this can happen. But when it happens, it should not debar us from achieving our goal. I am after that goal because those 5 points agenda, in fact, for me, I think we shouldn't have more than 5. But let us even start with these 5. That these 5 goals, when are we going to have them? Because the truth about it is that even if you go to, at the end of the day, you still come back to the negotiation table. But meanwhile, if you say you want to go to war, and they're like, if you say kill everybody, a lot of people will be killed. And at the end of the day, we'll still come back and come to this negotiation table. So I am saying that these so-called youths, let them re-strategize and have a pressure group, right? They're taking them off the streets now. So is that the end of their dream? That should not be it. That dream should still be alive. So how do they achieve it? Let them now come up with a pressure group and then begin whatever they now need to do, either publicly or underground or whatever its strategy. Play the game of chess with the government. They are playing chess with you, so play the game of chess with them.
So, so it's going to be a pawn of the game.
I mean, so you should have, you know, when you are playing chess, see yourself as the winner so that you can think right. You see, the truth is that they have shown that they can get to the heights. They have shown that government can block them, but let them employ the right strategy. Yes.
You see, I'm very particular about history.
Yes.
And I'm going to be addressing the government.
Yeah.
The king went there when country sweet, when food plenty, people no go forget her. The king went there. Bukola, the king is that the manner of approach is very important. The king went when the whole nation destroyed. Nobody go forget her. So what I want to say is,
what are you going to be remembered for?
Yes, obviously we have to be very careful. If I want to be in the government, this is the most trying time of anybody in government, and it is the most sensitive moment, and you have to be mindful of your approach. Okay, now some quarters will begin to say, because before now I spoke with some protesters, and some of them were saying that they still believe that the hoodlums who attacked them at all those various places were sent by politicians. We know that. Hear me. We know that. Hear me. Who are the politicians? They are the ones in the government. Whether you are in government, whether in the opposition, you are all called what? Politicians. And now they have put all of you under one umbrella, and they have said that you are the ones that sent hoodlums to attack the protesters who are protesting peacefully. Then it is now looking like, okay, so because we are protesting peacefully, you want us to look. It was gaining ground. People were sympathetic. People were coming up and saying yes. Then you brought in hoodlums to create chaos. Now you are bringing in curfew. What I want to say is, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, whatever is going to say, whatever it is going to say, he has to be very careful. He has to read in between the lines.
He has to soothe them.
Yes, and he has to be very sensitive.
It should be something that will give hope.
Yes, he should be careful with words, so that, because if the curfew, if you look at it on one hand, it is for the 4 p.m. It is for the safety of everybody, so that this does not get out of hand. If you look at it on the other hand, it's like government is exerting their power. So other ways you look at it, the speech coming from the government at this point, Ibirabon, has to be.
That is why I am
something that would not, as a leader, connote any undertone of the youth using my power of constitutional authority power to gag the youth.
You see, Ibirabon, I want the youth to know I am for them. I am for them. If you look at all my things, I'm for them. But what I'm saying is that as a leader, now you need to put up your strategic thinking cap. You should have weighed it that this is likely to come, this is likely to come. Now they have done curfew. They said everybody go. So does that mean your dream has been killed? No. What do you do? That's my own. What is the way forward? That dream must come alive. I've told you the way forward for the youth. That thing has been done. That's what I'm saying.
Then the government should come out. See,
yes,
it is very simple. They have given their 5 points request. The government should address these 5 points.
I am telling you, the government should. In fact, for me, I still do not know why President Buhari has not come out. Don't read from a speech. Come out and talk to us. And say, yes, I have heard you. I know on the 5 points. Okay, we've done this. But for this one, like you said, give us 6 months. This one, give us 2 months.
A timeline.
Give us this one. Not a speech. You don't want a speech. Talk to us like you are a president. We elected you that you are a father. And you are saying, hey, something is wrong somewhere. Talk to us. I'm appealing to all the powers that be. Let President Buhari talk to us and then come up with action. We don't want speech. Talk to us. Talk to us.
Okay. So we have some WhatsApp messages, and this says, "Good afternoon, WFM. My name is Aldo Patrick. Please, with due respect, we the youth of this country want our mummies to join us in fighting by coming out to tell Nigerian leaders that the cost of living is too high, e.g. food, electricity, bad road, insecurity, unemployment, and so on. Please, we need women voices." Thank you very much for your message there. And I also have this message. This is from Ray from Baja. It says, "Good morning or good afternoon, Bukola Balogun, Ibinabo Dixon, and Buki Femi Ajala. God bless you all for lending your voices on radio. The thugs hijacking the protest don't understand the fight is not for a particular set of people. The thugs should go to sleep and have a rethink and not cause violence in the fight because it is for the benefit of us all. I equally don't want the youth to lose focus on this protest. At the end of the day, it will yield positive results. If the youth can account for all the money they raised for these protests, I believe they can do much more when in Nigeria. God bless the Nigerian youth." Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution. But right now, I also got a report right now that Edo State has actually joined in the curfew as well. We also got a report that some persons are actually escaping from prison right now in Benin. And sadly, all of this is happening because something was supposed to have been done. But I would like to get your final words, Binabo, in 30 seconds with all that we have spoken about today.
You see, government, I'm still going to go to the government because, you see, I don't want this nation to fall apart. I've lived in other countries and I'm here in Nigeria because I love my country. I don't want this nation to fall apart. President Buhari, do not allow this nation to fall apart. All of our governors, Governor Wike of my River State, Governor Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State where I grew up, Governor Abiodun of the states where we are talking about this issue, every governor from everywhere, let us not be divided along party lines, along ethnic lines, along religion lines or religious lines or whatever, however you're going to put it. Let us come together as one and bring to bear all of these requests because there is no parent, whether you are in government or you are selling granite down the road, that would wake up and see how what dastardly act has been written upon you or a child, and then you go to sleep and smile. You understand? So, if the youth are asking for what is out of this world, it is a different case entirely. What they are asking for, you know that is part of what you promised us. Are you getting it? So maybe we need to remind our leaders, those who are in elected offices, that you came out and you had your manifestos from your parties, then you made your personal promises. Please go back to them and look at them and do a comparison with the youths are requesting for.
What have you done?
And see if it is different from what you promised everybody.
All right. Thank you so much, Ibunabo. Yes, Buki.
Well, I just want to sound the alarm and then go back to history, that the so-called leaders, that if they do not do what is needful now, let them know that they have family. Even if they escape it, which I doubt, or their children escape it, which I doubt, their grandchildren will not escape it. That is God for you. So it is better you do what is right now. And what is the right thing? Engage the youth. Ask them, find this 5 points is there. Execute it. I don't see anything Barbara in those 5 points. They're asking also for police reform. So, I mean, they're asking for better security, isn't it? It's like good management of our economy. I beg, please do what is right.
Thank you very much for coming in, ladies. But yes, we have all heard, what Nigerians have said. Let us try as much as possible as leaders, as a people, to cooperate at this point, because it's very, very important. If we don't, we're not hoping that things fall apart, and that is very, very important. Thank you very much, ladies, for coming in, and thank you for your call and text message. Thank you, Daniel Adaja, for helping out with this. Please make sure you stay safe out there. It is very important at this point, and do enjoy the rest of your day, and be mindful. Just open your eyes, be careful at this point. I am Bukola Balogun. Good afternoon.
To sponsor this program, please call 080-9058-2769.
Why?
You have to copy that,
Yeah,
man.
I got the game. Stone boy, come to show them my grind. Give me the copy of today. Nobody can stop me now. See me love, so we can just elevate. Virus can't catch me now. See my software, it up to them. Oh, you look so cool, man, I wanna give you all and more. I feel like I'm so true, woman, that's all I'm looking for.
Fine, baby. I know the 59, now you craze me. Fine, baby. I know the